We have come to the end of the NRM Diaspora Convention here in Munich. We spoke to the Director of External Affairs, retired Major Paula Awich, and now we are glad to have also the guest of honor himself, the Secretary General of the NRM, Richard Todong. Sir, you're welcome to.
Thank you.
Yeah, like to set the ball rolling, I will start with the lighter one. You know, you've been here since days to be part of the NRM Diaspora Convention here in Munich. What is your impression so far, what you saw?
I'm extremely excited with what I saw, especially with the organizers. They were very firm and committed. The chairman, Mr. Luanga, and Lillian, were really pushing for this to happen the way it has happened. And I really need to congratulate them and thank them so much for the mobilization and for the arrangements that they have put. Yes, of course, before we came, we had got a lot of information about what is happening in the diaspora, especially in Europe, and more so in Germany. So we came when our minds were already prepared for this. I intentionally decided to come so that I have a first-hand experience, and indeed I have gone through this, and I must say it has passed my expectation, what we have gone through. So we congratulate them, and indeed from here on, we shall organize a bigger one next time, which will now have many other people from the other parts of Germany and a bit of other countries in Europe.
As someone who also took part personally, at a personal level, as a moderator of the panel that we discussed, and the engagement you had with the Ugandans here in Munich, they were like, they are speaking to the president himself, you as the Secretary General of the NRM, and the message they sent you or they gave you, they are optimistic that you're going to deliver it.
I saw 2 or 3 things. Of course, I could confirm the love they have for the party and the president. 2, I could also confirm the little frustration they have had as the diaspora's team with the issues of how they are handled back home. I could also see a bit of frustration on how some of the negative forces within Europe are trying to frustrate what they used to know as people who used to live in this country. So I could see those 3 things in the middle of all their submissions. And yes, they raised quite a number of questions, and I've taken note of all of them. And the questions are very important. Those that touches on economy, investments, taxation, and transfer of skilled labor to the country, we shall take it up at the government level. Then the other parts of the question that concerns continuous mobilization and engagement of the diaspora team, we shall also work on it as a party, and we make sure that we continue to do this, because I see they are yearning to
They're yearning,
Yeah,
exactly.
Yes,
that was my next question. They're yearning to see things change, especially when it comes to service delivery, when it comes to the things that, you know, they want to have as Ugandans. You know, they have the right to many services that they should get at the airport, for instance, or even when they're importing products from Uganda. But it looks like, you know, they are at the mercy of their own country, and they have great expectations.
You see, other than coffee, fish, export of coffee, fish, and then the other resources that we get from our national resources, the direct transfer from the diaspora community is one of the biggest foreign exchange earning to the country. And they are a group that the government and the president does not take lightly. And he always makes sure that their issues are addressed and their concerns are attended to. And because of that, he has even appointed individuals that should be specifically in charge of the diasporas, in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, in the Ministry of Internal Affairs, and in some of the key ministries. Today they have asked me that they need a direct person or a desk in the Ministry of Lands, so that when they are processing land documents, land titles, they are helped. Because some of them, because such issues take quite a bit of time, and they get holidays within only 1 or 2 weeks. So they might go to Uganda for 2 weeks and come out, and then if someone can help them, follow. And I'm also impressed with the new ambassador to Germany, who said that they're going to make sure that they help them get passports and they help them get national identity cards. We shall also follow that. I remember there was another issue that was raised to me this morning by somebody who did not attend the meeting on the issue of dual citizenship and on the issue of if they go home with their children are asked to pay for visa.
Entry
and
visa.
That is also working psychologically against them, because their children are asking them that you claim you are from this country. Why are we paying to enter your country? So it is something that we are taking on, and we see how best the diaspora community can be helped.
Yeah, last but not least, of course, you can't thank enough, like you said, to the organizers, that is the NRM diaspora chapter here in Munich. It is the first ever kind of convention that has happened of the ruling party, and I'm also aware that they had invited other participants, other Ugandans from the political divide. It's a question that I also put to retired Major Paula Awich as the Director of External Affairs. If you can also look in that camera and your message to those who are invited who didn't want to come, or maybe who worked against the whole thing, what would you tell them there directing the camera?
We don't have any particular problem with anybody in the diaspora. We don't have any personal issue with anyone. Our meetings are always open meetings. Issues of governance, they have the rights. You have the right to ask us any question you feel you should ask, and we must respond with the courtesy that it deserves, because you deserve answers to whatever you ask. And therefore, on behalf of the party, we were ready to answer whatever question that anybody would ask. And some, like I said, some questions we are going to forward to government, and government should also prepare to respond to these questions. Other issues we are really not involved in. It is called, they say it's personal to Holder, because others have talked about so many things, so many accusations. But look, there is no government in the world which is 100% perfect. There are always mistakes here and there, which are caused by either individuals, institutional mistakes, policy mistakes. These things are normal, and when they occur, it doesn't mean that you should hate your country, you should abandon your country. You will never have another country apart from Uganda. So you have to work hard to make sure that your issues are resolved and handled within Uganda.
Yeah, that was the Secretary General of the ruling party, the National Resistance Movement, giving a clear message to those out there who would like to get involved into the country's affairs, whether socially, politically, or economically. Secretary General, we thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Yeah, and thank you for appreciating even the efforts of the organizers.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And I wish you all the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.